What's up guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. Now Toyota Corolla does not really need an introduction, but this is a 2022 Toyota Corolla hatchback, and this is a SE Nightshade edition, so this is just an upgrade for the base model. And today I'm going to explore it with you, so I'm going to show you the exterior, interior. We're going to jump inside of it, play with some cool and interesting features, and finally I'm going to take you for a spin to see if it's a good compact hatchback to buy. So I found this vehicle at Toyota of Melbourne, Florida, and big thanks to those guys. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video below, so if you're looking for a brand new or used vehicle, you can check them guys out. So now let's get back to the video. Well guys, so Toyota Corolla has been around for 55 years. Believe it or not, the first one rolled off the production line in 1966, and it since has been one of the most popular vehicles in the entire world. Now it's known for its reliability, it's known for its gas mileage, and this is the current generation Toyota Corolla hatchback. Now this is not a completely brand new model, it was introduced a few years ago, and the Nightshade package, which I have here right now, it's basically an upgrade to the base SE model. And there's great advantages of looking at one. So especially if you're looking maybe for your first vehicle, maybe you're looking for something for your kids, or you just need something small that gets you back and forth from work, this might be a perfect vehicle for you. And since I just did a Honda Civic hatchback not too long ago, this would be a good time to maybe compare the two. So let's take a look at the design. First of all, you can see the engine compartment. The hood is rather small, but it's nice, it's stylish. It has this T-shaped inside of here, so this is more for aerodynamics. You can also see it does have this full LED lights, and I purposely have the turn signals going because a lot of people think that turn signals are right here, but no, they're actually on the inside. Full LED lights. I like the design of it, nice, stylish, sportish, and then all that comes together in this big Toyota logo. Now Toyota Sensing 2.0 is standard with this vehicle with several of the safety options on it. Now this part of the grille we've seen in pretty much all of the Toyota models right now, and then the bottom lip spoiler or the splitter at the bottom of it is the same color as the rest of this vehicle. So Nightshade package you will not find in the chrome, you will not find in the shiny elements. This is all blacked out, and this is what it is. What hides underneath the hood? Well, let's check it out now. So what hides underneath this hood right here is a 2.0 liter engine, 168 horsepower, 151 pound-feet of torque, made it to an CVT transmission on this one. Now the SE is also available with the manual transmission, but the SE Nightshade is not. And you know, it gives you a great gas mileage. As a matter of fact, it gives you 35 miles per gallon combined, 32 in the city, 41 on the expressway. So that's definitely an advantage of having a CVT transmission. Now I still would like to have a hydraulic strut right here instead of this prop stick, and if it was me, I probably would like to have some kind of an engine cover, but a lot of people prefer it without it. So on the side of this vehicle, you can see that definitely it's a hatchback. Now with the Honda Civic, you can see that the hatchback might look a little bit like a fastback, but this one is more comparable to like Mazda 3, Volkswagen Golf, typical hatch for sure. I like it. I like this design. I think it's very sporty, it's very aggressive, but it does give you quite a bit of room inside. At least that's what I think. We're going to check that out in a little bit. Part of the Nightshade package, you have those black wheels, 18-inch wheels, and they have the pretty low profile sporty tires. The tires are only 40 on the height, so they're pretty thin tires. We'll see if that's going to affect the quality of the drive. As far as the rest of it, you can see no chrome anywhere here. Even the seals or the trims around the windows are all blacked out. Colors, the mirrors is black. The color of the vehicle, of course, you have the LED turn signals in the mirror. You also, even on the base model, you have this keyless entry system right here. So all you have to do, as long as the key's somewhere on you, touch the door handle, it locks it, put your key inside of it. It does have a sensor in it, and you can unlock this vehicle. Well, guys, let's take a look at the back. I really like the design of it, but now that I look at it, I think it might take away a little bit from the roominess in the back, but let's concentrate on the design itself. What do you have? You have this gate spoiler right here. You have the third brake light built in. You have the rear window wiper. Nice bright lights. Now those are encased in this clear plastic, kind of like on the Lexus or other Toyota models. They're sticking out from the rest of the body. Very nice, very visible. These are LEDs right here, and then everything looks like they're LED lights. Everything else, the badges are all blacked out, part of this nightshade package. Even the rear diffuser at the bottom of it, that's blacked out. Now you can see those simulated exhausts, even though these are not real exhaust trims. So let's pop this open. Let's see how much room we have inside of it. Well, let's check it out. I gotta tell you, and I was right, it does take away quite a bit from the interior roominess, and the trunk itself, it's pretty small. Now it probably is quite a bit smaller than on the Civic, to be honest with you. Underneath here you have a spare tire, temporary spare tire, and then you have all the tools to remove it. The seats itself, they have a 60-40 split, so if you need more room on the inside, you can do that. And then of course you do have this cargo cover right here that you can take off as well. Now with the seats down, let's just check it out really quick. Huge difference with the seats down. You can definitely put some stuff inside of here. So as long as you're not carrying a lot of stuff on an everyday basis, but just need it occasionally, this might be a perfect vehicle for you. Well, what about the roominess in the back seat? Well, I gotta tell you, I had to move this seat a little bit forward than I normally would be driving. Otherwise, my knees would be right on top of it. But it's not bad. I mean, if you have two people in the back, I mean, that's fine. Third person would have a hard time fitting in here. But I do have quite a bit of headroom. Shoulder room is okay. I mean, the only drawback to it is the seat is really upright, so it's not the most comfortable thing out there. But I'd rather be sitting in the front, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. Hey guys, we're going to check with the door sound check. Okay, Toyota doesn't disappoint with the quality thump on the door. And let's check out what we have on the mirrors. Now this vehicle just had the windows tinted, so it says do not roll down. We're not going to do it, but you do have your window control, you have your mirror control, and then just the regular stuff in here. Now this is soft plastic materials. This is hard plastic at the bottom. This looks kind of like leather-like material, and it's a lot softer for the armrest. Let's check out what else do we have here. Now the seats, both driver and passenger seats, are manual adjustments, so there's no power adjustments on the SE or SE Nightshade model that's available. And the seats, nicely designed. Actually, the fabric looks pretty durable, which I like. And you know, I said in it, it's a little bit rough, but not too bad. So let's jump in and see what else is here. I guess so really quickly we're going to check out the interior of it. And multifunction steering wheel, so it does have a bunch of controls. And we're going to start it up and we're going to see what they all do. So even with the base model, you do have a push button start on this SE Nightshade edition, which is pretty cool. And you can see this Toyota chime on it. Start with the instrument cluster. So you have a pretty sporty looking instrument cluster. On the left hand side you have a tachometer, speedometer right in the middle, like for a lot of sports cars. And the right hand side, it's this little tiny screen that is definitely customizable. Well, it shows you right now that the rear door is open and that the 3 rear seat belts are unlatched, so that's pretty cool. So that just tells you that, hey, you know what, before you start driving, you gotta take care of that, which we're gonna do right now. All right, now that we took care of all of the issues, we can see what's in that screen on the right hand side. So you have a bunch of safety options. Here's your settings for the safety features, vehicle settings, settings for this display right here. You can vehicle settings right here, and then you can go up and change the different options. So this is your trip, cruise control. You can basically see your eco trip, so 0 kilometers per hour. Now it is in kilometers. You can of course change that to miles per hour. And then there's no messages, so if there were any about this vehicle, this would show it right here. So this is the instrument cluster. It's pretty simple. Actually, I like the steering wheel. I like it, how it feels in your hand. It is pretty nice. Big Toyota logo right in here. And then what do you have on in the middle? So in the middle here, you have this typical Toyota stack. You have the screen right here with this pretty big bezel in here. The screen is behind here, so it looks kind of like this old TV. But again, we're looking at this base model vehicle, and that definitely is not a bad thing. Now you have a lot of hard buttons, so you have a home menu, audio, map. Okay, if you press map, navigation app is not installed, so you have to go to Toyota website for compatible applications, see if that's available for you. Now, but it does have Android Auto, it does have Apple CarPlay. As far as the menu, you can see audio, phone, apps, projection. This is where your Android Auto would be. Now it is not wireless, it is wired, but that's not a bad thing either. And this is it. This is your display right in the middle. In the bottom, you have a fully electronic or automatic climate control. It is a single zone, not a bad thing. Again, hard buttons for controlling it. And then you have your hazards right here. One thing that I want to point out, because I was just talking to someone through comments about the quality of the interior, and I said that this makes a huge difference when you have a nice quality material, and Toyota certainly does not disappoint. This is all nice and soft plastic. This is nice and soft plastic. This is nice and soft plastic. So they really pay attention to details. It feels much better than this hard plastic than some of the other manufacturers are putting that in. As far as the shifter, you have the regular shifter, and then you can see that you have a manual mode in here, and you also have manual mode, which you can select it from here, and then you can change your gears up and down. But you also have pedal shifters, which I'm going to show you that in a second. You also have a sport mode, which you can select if you'd like to, and that's going to give you a little bit different settings for the vehicle. You do have pedal shifters right here. Okay, so this is minus, this is plus, and that is it. In the back of the shifter, you have the parking brake, and then you have the parking hold, as well as you have two cup holders and this tiny little storage compartment that also has an additional, it also has the additional 12-volt outlet, as well as the USB-C port. And then there's a storage right in front of here. So this is it. This is the interior of it. Let's take it for a quick spin. Hi guys, we're going to take it for a spin really quickly. This is a pre-sold unit, so I can't take it on an extensive test drive, but I'm going to be able to at least get the feel of it. First of all, before we get to it, let's check out the rear view camera. And some people are going to say that I'm a stickler as far as the camera, but you know, the quality could be quite a bit better. Other than that, it is a regular rear view camera. It does have trajectory lines that don't move with the steering wheel, which is kind of strange, but I guess that's the way that Toyota has it, and I don't see any other settings for it. So let's see how tight it turns. It is a rather small vehicle, so it should turn on a dime. You still got to put the seat belts on. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we're not even touching the fourth line. So really nice, really tight turning radius. The steering wheel feels really good. Let's take a look at the visibility. As far as the outward visibility on this vehicle, it does have a good one. Now the rear headrests are kind of in the way, so if you're not carrying passengers, you might actually lower them down or fold them or take them out to make it look a little bit better. But okay, it's quiet. Typical Toyota, no noises, very nice, smooth ride. I'm gonna check it out, take it on the road for just a little bit to see if those tires are not getting in the way of comfort of this vehicle. It's a quick acceleration test. Do you hear that? I mean, this is a CVT transmission, but it does have those stimulated gears, and the engine noise is quite nice for a little vehicle. It's not this annoying, zippy noise. It is actually quite powerful for a little vehicle like this. Let's do it again. It doesn't really move that fast, but that's not what this vehicle is made for. Definitely 35 miles per gallon combined. I mean, this can get your attention. If you're looking for something that's economic, if you're looking for something that's reliable, that's definitely Toyota. So check it out. I like it. I don't know, honestly, you know, it's a completely different vehicle than the Honda Civic, and they both have their pluses and minuses. They're both nice quality made vehicles, and I think if you decide to go with either one of them, you're really not going to be disappointed. So hopefully you learned something from this video. Hopefully you like videos like this. If you do, consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Cheers.